Um, saan exactly, ano exactly yung mga natatakal niyo sa klase or yung gaps niyo. Pero ang plano kong ituro tonight ay yung four principles of OOP as code and um, as applied in a very understandable and at the same time um, yung may meaning. Hindi lang siya basta na kasi I know I've also encountered mga OOP examples, mga animal inherits ay cat inherits animal or dog inherits mammal, chihuahua inherits dog. It makes sense pero it hardly has meaning into it. So, without further ado, let's begin. Right, share ko entire screen ko. Right. By the way pala, before we start, papakalala muna ako. My name is Jassel Duran and I am a third year computer science student. And if you're wondering anong qualifications ko magturo, I am a game developer. Well, I like to call myself a game developer, pero I have developed games. Pero yun, qualification siguro. Let's open. Ito pala suggestion ko sa lahat. Open yun na VS Code nyo and I suggest na sabayan nyo ako sa pagko-code. Our goal tonight is to create a system kung saan um, it's an account system. Yes, it's overused, pero we are going to actually develop a short functioning program na hindi siya naka-loop na siya para you can interact with it as if it were an actual program. I'll send the code sa siguro sa GC. Saan ko pa pwede i-send? Dito na lang. Send ko na lang dito. Kasi hindi nyo ata makakopy, no? Wait, let's see. Gawa na lang tayo ng document and then copy nyo na lang yun. Document dito. And then share copy link. Open nyo na lang using your G Suite account para ma-access nyo. Yan. Patry nga po i-access if you can see anong nasa document. Ayan, I can see them na. Heart rock nga po if you can see the code. Ayan. Ito pala. I'm surely naman lahat kayo ay meron ng Java na installed and can actually work on Java na. Meron bang hindi? Incapable na magano? Okay, mukhang wala. Sige. Let's proceed na. Share screen ulit ako. Share screen ko yung code. Ay, yeah. Ayan. So, visible naman, di ba, ang screen ko. Okay, let's proceed. Let's quickly check kung anong ginagawa nitong starter code natin. This has, hindi pa siya OOP, itong parting to. It's just, ito yung mismong interaction ano natin. If you're wondering, to make it very clean, I have a function na clear screen. This just clears the screen whenever I want. And at the, meron akong looping which prints this simple block box interface. And dyan tayo magta-type. It already has some basic validation like pag enter, it's not going to kill itself or pag lagpas. Ngayon, wala pa lang siyang ginagawa. So, it's a basic switch case. Ayan. But, let's begin with, ano nga yung una? Encapsulation. So, ang gagawin natin tonight ay, let's start with a debit account. So, in a debit account, yung mga card holders na dito, ng debit, you have an account name, you have an account number, you have a balance, syempre, what else? Yung PIN, yung passkey. So let's create an object, a class that will simulate a debit account. So, lista muna natin lahat ng variables. The variables will be string, account name, um, ayun pala, sorry. Yun pa lang need yung gawin. Kasi, you can go ahead of me or just watch me code. Kayo bahala. But, either way, I'll just be here. And if may questions kayo or mayroon kayong gusto tingnan sa code, dito lang ako sa, ano, sa IDE. String account name, string account number, string passkey, and double balance. So, I just declared those variables, pero um, surely aware na naman kayo sa ano sa access modifiers. I couldn't refresh myself lang kung anong default modifier, but for something like a debit account, syempre we want these variables to be protected. I mean to be a secret. It shouldn't be accessed easily. For that reason, let's turn them all into a private variable. Private, yeah. So now they're all private variables. And of course, let's write the constructor. Public, syempre, para accessible outside this class. Debit account, uh, string account name, and string account number. Ngayon, if you're wondering bakit hindi kasama yung passkey or balance, um, usually kasi 'di ba yung passkey when you get a new card or a new bank account, yung passkey is defaulted to 1 2 3 4. So let's make it that. So lahat ng starting accounts 1 2 3 4 ang passkey. And we can later then change that while also following OOP principles. And the balance, let's go with 0. Balance is equal to 0. And then let's assign the account name and the account number according sa ating constructor. This dot account name is equal to account name. This dot account number is equal to account number. Ayan. So now we have a constructor. Um, we can immediately create an object right here in our main. So, sa ating start ng main, gawa na tayo ng ating debit account. Although it can't do anything yet, we'll make it para lang dire-diretso tayo later. Debit account, my new account is equal to new debit account, James, and then ang account number, let's say 230000. Ayan. It doesn't do anything yet. Pero this is we have at least successfully created a class or a blueprint of debit account. And we already have one object right here. Ngayon, what is encapsulation ba? Encapsulation is um, hiding what shouldn't be. Hello? Kanina pa po ba? Okay, wait lang po. Hello. Hello po. How about now? Pag po ba ganito hindi dinig? Okay po. Sige po. Saan po ba ako nawala? Ayun. We want to hide these kasi and create um, only the necessary interfaces so that we can access and even modify them in a safe and intended manner. Ayan. So first, anong magandang gawin? Let's go with displaying the account name. As you can see, since private, we actually cannot access that natin, print my new account dot account name. It will say here na the field debit account dot account name is not visible. That's because it's set to private. One way, I'm sure I'm hoping na you know na, but the way to provide um, exposure to these variables without letting outsiders directly change them is by getter functions. So let's create a public string get account name. No parameters, and it simply returns our account name. By using that, it's one of the most basic forms of encapsulation. We have created a dynamic kung saan this can't be modified on its own, but it can be viewed anytime using this function. So if we do this right here, that get account name, and suddenly it will work. Listen natin tong clear screen. Ay, hindi. Hindi natin ito ilagay. Ma-clear siya eh. Ayan. And our account name is now visible, like just like that. Next, let's proceed. Um, However, well, let's say we want to change our account name. So that's now the setter, di ba? So public void set account name. Set account name string new name and tapos account name is equal to new name. So it's simple. I'm sure you already know kung paano yung gumagana. Let's quickly turn our first option, or let's add a fifth option pala para hindi magulo. System.out.println 5. Change my name. And then, so case 5, case 5, let's add a break. Gawa tayo ng accept, katanggap muna tayo ng input. So, string new name is equal to input dot next line. And then, let's change our my new account dot get a set account name into our new name. Let's try it. If dapat mag-update, para pala kita, let's do it like print line, print my new account name. Ayan. Ayan. So, ito yung account name, and then, let's try changing our name. Ano bang name? Hindi ko pala nalagyan ng prompt, but let's try it, Duran. There we go. Nabago. But if we're going to think about it in real life, such such an operation should be protected. Pero if we made this private, how are we ever going to set our account name? So what we are going to do is we are also going to accept uh, inputted passkey, and then only if passkey dot equals. By the way, ito baka lumabas sa exam. If you do this, passkey equals this dot passkey. Do you think that's equal or not? Thumbs up ang nagsasabing equal yan. Di ba nakita? Sorry. To, thumbs up if you say that this is equal. If this results to true. Okay. This because Java actually checks the anong tawag doon? Yung pinaka pointers nila. This will always evaluate to false kasi this is from the parameters, this is an argument, and this is right here. And since magkaiba sila ng pointers, this will always evaluate to false. When comparing strings, the true way to compare them, the proper way, the only correct way to compare them is passkey or string dot equals and then this dot passkey. Yan yung comparison ng strings. Because if not, if you don't do that, mali yun. So remember that because baka lumabas siya sa exams. Next. Wait lang, mainit. Ayan. Maingay po ba yung fan? Ayan, okay. If the passkey equals our passkey, yung inputted passkey equals our passkey, tsaka lang natin palitan yung new name. Account name is equal to new name. But if not, edi walang gagawin. Now let's try. Imbes na new name lang tatanggapin, gawa ulit tayo ng bagong input. Hintagan na natin ito ng print line. Print, enter your name. Enter new name. Or updated. And then, ulitin natin to because we want another input field for the password. Enter your password, passkey. Key is equal to input at next line. And then, new name, passkey. Okay, lang. Now, this is encapsulation that is hindi lang siya yung at the most basic level. You are using a private variable, which is the passkey, to check if you are going to follow through with this function. Kasi if hindi siya magiging equal, nothing will happen. Let's try. Change my name. Enter your passkey. Ang passkey natin is default 1234. Nothing for yan. Enter your updated name. It still asks for it. Let's try. Hello. Nothing will happen. But if we choose to input our passkey correctly, hello. There we go. So that's encapsulation. There is no way that you can ever change the account name without knowing the passkey. So that's one of the examples of encapsulation. So let's improve that. How can we improve that? Gumawa tayo ng bagong variable. Private bool. Private boolean is logged in. Consider sa mga ATMs. Di ba, sa iba, ang login nagsistart sa simula ng pagsaksak ng card nyo or iba naman at the end of a transaction. Pero let's do it like yung nauuna. So before you can do anything, dapat logged in ka. So for what we are going to do is depend on our is logged in state. First, let's create ito. Let's create a getter and setter for this is logged in. The getter is simple, parang ganito lang. Public boolean get logged in state. Return is logged in. Ayan. Ngayon, we can easily find out if yung object na to is logged in or not. Next, let's create a public void uh, attempt login, attempt login, and it's going to accept our passkey and compare them para malaman natin kung magiging successful ba yung login or not. Okay. String passkey if passkey dot equals this dot passkey. If it's equal, edi is logged in is equal to true. Ayan. Ngayon, for our first line, gawin natin. Kunin natin yung password. Ito, huwag na natin ito i-consider, itong case 5. Kunin natin yung password. Kunin natin yung password and then try to log in using that password. Ngayon, my new account attempt login key. There we go. And then, kaso, the problem here is, paano natin malalaman pala kung successful or unsuccessful yung login? Like, yes, pag natapos tong line nyo na to, tapos nag-repeat na yung entire loop, tapos nag-try ka na ng ibang gagana siya. But we want an immediate feedback. Let's add a return dito sa ating attempt login. It's going to return a boolean, and if maging successful ang login, return true. If not, return false. And just like that, we can immediately tell right away if successful yung login or not. So let's store this, or diretso na pala natin. If, and if maging successful yan, system.out print login successful. Else, maganda tayo dito. Input dot next line. Continue. Do we have to do that? Else, incorrect credentials. Ayan. Let's try it. Try to log in and type in something wrong. Incorrect credentials. Try to log in again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Login successful. Now, at that point, it means at this point, delete natin ito mga to. At this point in the program, it means our logged in state is actually true now. Ngayon, we can make all of the other cases depend on whether the logged in state is true or not. So let's go with if my new account dot alam mo to, mas madali. Imbis na dyan, ito pala naisip ko. Never mind, hindi pala tayo naka-integers. Anyway, if my new account dot get logged in state, if that returns true, well, we don't want it true. If that returns false, we don't want it to continue. So let's just print this right away. Please log in first. Please log in first. Ayan. Now, para hindi tayo... Okay, never mind. Hindi pala siya pwede ilagay sa function kasi we are using a continue. Mas hassle lang. Let's put that sa lahat. Okay. Ayan. Let's put that. And if we try to access anything else except this number 1, we actually can. mabablock tayo. But if we try, mag-login tayo, 1, 2, 3, 4, and try to access, ayan, nawawala na yung error message. The reason why wala nangyayari is because, syempre, wala pa naman logic. Anyway, um, let's slowly add, itong mga to. Show my balance. To show our balance, syempre, i-expose natin yung balance natin. May dalawang types nga pala ng pag-expose. We can return the exact double, exact value, so we can use computations on it. We can format it in any way outside the program. So let's use this public double get balance. Return balance. Ayan. Pero mayroon pangalawa, public void. When you want yung mismong specific na printing na, edi you can also make that public void display balance. So ganito naman, ang laman niya, piprint niya diretso yung variable. So print your remaining balance is $sign. Print line. Bakit error? Print system out. Print line balance. Ayan. Now let's quickly add this sa ating case number 2. And ito muna para mag-pause. Ito nga pala taga-pause ng program. Kung nakikita nyo kung bakit hindi agad siya umuulit. You can pause the program using input.next line. My new account dot display balance. Let's try it. Okay, show my balance. Please log in first. Let's log in. And then there we go. It's displaying our balance of $0. Ngayon, we have our balance na. That's basically it for the balance. We also want to check we also want to put money, transfer money sa ating account. How will we do that? Yung setter niya, would you still call this a setter? I guess, I don't know, pero hindi siya setter eh. You are affecting the balance using a specific function. You don't usually set the balance into something. You add it to the balance. So let's go with public void kasi wala namang logical pang return dapat ngayon at this point. Public void transfer money. Ayan. And then it's going to take a double amount and then the balance plus equals amount. Ngayon, let's try. Sa ating case 3, kapag nakalagpas tayo sa login check, we are going to take an integer or a double. So double amount is equal to input.next double. Yeah. Input.next double. And then we are going to use this to increment yung ating balance sa ating account. My new account dot transfer money amount. Ayan. Let's try. Let's log in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's transfer. Oops, walang prompt, pero it still works. Okay, what happened there? Transfer. Next double. Input.next line. 500. Invalid input. What is happening? Double amount. Input.next double. Print natin amount. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 transfer 500. Oh, I was probably already there. Never mind. What is that? Enter. 500. Input that next time. Five hundred. Isa pang input that next time. 3, 500. Okay, let's check our balance. For some reason, hindi siya nag-i-increment. I wonder why that is. Balance plus equals amount. Nakakall ba natin ito ng ayos? Print. Oops. Print balance. Transfer 1, 500. Nag-print ba siya? I don't think so. Oh, I am sorry. I forgot to call it. Did I forget? Yeah, it's not here. My new account. Not. Yun pala. Transfer money. Amount. I was sure it was there. So, ito ko nalagay yun. Anyway. Remove na natin yung mga print statements. Ayan. And I'm sorry for that. It should work now. 3, 500. And then show my balance. There we go. So we have created an avenue para mapakita natin yung balance and ma-affect natin yung balance. Ngayon, one problem with this is what if we transfer a negative amount? Show our balance. Look, that's not possible in real life. You can't do that. You can deposit negative amounts of money. So, inside, wag natin dito gagawin sa labas. Wag gagawin sa labas because anything outside if you do any logic outside the class, consider that as not doing encapsulation. Of course, may mga cases na you can't avoid doing that, pero you have to think it through clearly kung tama ba na nasa labas to or tama ba na nasa loob to. For example, sige, mamaya na pala yan. Let's proceed muna. We have to implement a check here na yung ating amount, it must always be greater than 0, or better yet, it must be greater than minimum transfer amount. Let's say ang minimum transfer amount ay 500. So if amount is less than 500, return. Ayan. So basically, pagka less than 500 yung amount natin, di natin ito gagawin. The issue here is, again, kagaya dun sa kanina, kagaya dun sa, saan ba yun? Itong attempt login. We are returning a signal, yung boolean na yan, para malaman agad ng main natin kung successful ba yung operation or not. Let's do the same para sa ating transfer money. Let's return boolean. Now, if failure, if less than 500, let's consider it as a failure. Return false. But if it passes that check, edi return true tayo. Return true. Now, if we will use that, saan ba yung ating case 3? Okay. Enter amount, ito yung amount natin. Kasi we can, gaya na sabi ko kanina, we can implement yung logic ng ating amount check dito. But that is outside the class. It's not protected. It's just visible here. Paano pag inalis ko yon? For example, ito, yan na nga. Paano pag inalis ko tong checker ng login state? Eh di, pwede akong dumiretso sa deposit ng pera. Although, I guess, in real life, pwede naman talaga mag-deposit. So, sige, alisin natin to. But for later down the line, you will see kung bakit. Paano pag dito? Paano pag inalis ko tong case 2? And then suddenly, we can just display the balance. Yun yung isa sa mga need yung isipin when you are doing encapsulation. And to easily counteract that, to display balance natin, lagi din tayo ng check. Display balance. If is logged in, if not is logged in, return. However, pagka logged in, edi dire-diretso lang. Ngayon, again, we want the main to always know what's happening. Mag-return na tayo ng value, diretso na natin. Return boolean. If it's logged in, return false. If it's not logged in, return false. Sorry, Python ako sanay. False. Ayan. But if it's logged in, edi return true tayo. Para, here sa ating main, we can check. Ito, importante ito. Well, not sa case na to, pero later stages na pagka tinanong ka, kunwari, hinihingi yung password mo muna to change your name. Tapos hinihingi rin yung name mo. So that's 2 inputs. Gusto natin, pag nag-false na yung password mo, tapos na yung program, I mean, magre-repeat na. So we have to place some earlier checkers. Gaya nito. But at least, if ever man natanggalin ko to, let's remove this. Yung display balance, it will not happen pagka hindi ako logged in. See? Walang nangyayari. Oh, sorry. Kapag di ako logged in, nothing will display. Kasi inside our class, we are checking if logged in ba tayo. So, ayan. Dire-diretsin ko na because you're already halfway. Burned halfway ng time natin. Let's put an if statement here. If this returns true, it means it's a success. Print system.out.print line. Okay. Never mind. Pagka hindi na lang. Yan. Pag hindi success, since hindi magdi-display to, tuloy na lang tayo. Please log in first. Please log in first. Now, let's try. Please log in first. And if you log in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. There we go. Next, balikan natin si case 3. Si case 3 yung transfer money. We want to also add, we have already added. We want to add yung validation niya. And we want it to be visible, of course. If it's a successful, meaning to say, within the bounds yung amount na in-input natin. So, if it's the correct amount, edi print, iyon ko na yung ganyan, gumagana naman. Print money transferred successfully. Ayan. But if it's not, else, edi print invalid amount. So, this will return a true boolean, and if it's a valid amount, true ang return niya, which will output this, and if not, it will output the other string. Let's try it. Let's log in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Show my balance. Transfer. Let's type in 200. Minimum natin 500. Invalid amount. Let's try 1,000. It's successful. And if we check the balance, it should display 1,000, hindi 1,200 kasi hindi natin tinanggap yung 200. Ayan. It's as expected. Let's just add yung natin. Itong prompt. Case 3, prompt, enter ayan. Now, sa ating case 4, anong case 4 natin? Transaction is for debit, is withdrawing money or paying using your debit card. And when transacting, let's create another function that will affect our balance. Public boolean transfer money of transact or process transaction process transaction double amount, and then balance minus equals amount. Yun, hindi ko na tetest to. Obviously, meron siyang cases na hindi natin tatanggapin at meron cases na tatanggapin natin. Kailan hindi? Dapat, syempre, yung ating gagastusin, itong amount na to, must be less than our balance, less than or equal to. Kasi you can't spend money you don't have. So, if amount is less than balance, greater than balance, return false. It means it's an invalid operation. However, pagka nakalagpas sa check na yan, na mas maliit or equal yung amount sa ating balance, and you return, let's implement it sa ating main. Enter amount, double amount. Ito natin ilagay. Tapos, process transaction. My new account process transaction amount. And then, i-wrap natin ulit sa if statement para we can instantly check if siya ay naging successful or not. Boolean, pag false. If hindi siya successful, let's print invalid amount, and if not, transaction successful. Transaction successful. Okay. Let's also add yung ating next line na input para hindi agad siya mawala. And let's check. Let's log in, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's add a balance, syempre, para meron tayong gagastusin, 999. Let's transact. Enter amount, 200. Hindi lumabas. So, dagdagan natin ng isang input next time. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Transfer. 999. Transact. Enter amount, 200. Transaction successful, and dapat ang ating balance ay 799. There we go. Ngayon, again, we also want the login check to be at the level of these. Kasi, paano kapag tinanggal ko tong ano na to? Kapag tinanggal ko na tong login check na to? We don't want to consider that risk. Kaya, we have to do the same for all of these functions. Process transaction. So, it's going to check first kung logged in ba tayo or hindi. Ba? Copy-paste ko. Mali pala ako ng copy-paste ko. Ito pala. Yan. Yan. However, As you can see, we only have two signals, which is true and false. Pagka nag pag nag-false tayo sa is logged in here, well, tanggalin natin to. Case 4 tayo ah. Okay, we are going to log in. Take note, 1, 2, 3, 4, login successful. And if we try to transact and enter, if you're trying to transact and enter an invalid amount, let's say 200, ang lalabas lagi invalid amount. Ayun pala, wait, let's log out. If we try to access that, ang lalabas invalid amount. When actually ang lalabas dapat invalid. I mean, we should be logging in first. Kaya hindi sapat yung dalawang values, dapat we have more. Let's turn this into an integer. Kapag tama, let's return 0. Kapag hindi tayo logged in, let's return -1. Pagka invalid amount, let's return -2. And then sa ating main, if itong ganito na to, i-store na natin siya. Int success is equal to, ayan. So recorded yung naging outcome nito sa ating success variable. And if success is equal to -2, tama ba? -2, tama. -2, invalid amount. Else if success is equal to -1, edi let's print, please log in first. Please log in first. Ngayon, it's the exact same. It's going to be the exact same dito sa ating, what is this? Ayun pala. Ito, anyway. Ang problema kasi nasa labas yung ating input. Pag maglalagay tayo ngayon, 500, it's only going to say here na please log in first. So, in some cases, yun yung sinasabi ko kanina na you need both outside validation to make it easier for the user to use the program, but also, you need to make sure na kahit yung loob ng pinakaloob ng inyong mga functions, mga methods, is merong protection. So that way, you can both hit security and user experience, good user experience. So ibalik natin yung outside check. So, ayan. Please log in first. Ay, wait, saan yun? Ito. Balik natin yun din para ilalabas yung, ayan. Ngayon, there is no way for the main to ever actually modify our transaction and our transfer. It just can't. It might look like it can kasi kapag inalis mo nga to, lalabas yung input field ng amount, but it really can't. Let's try it for the last time bago tayo. Yung nga palang number 5, skip ko na yan. Proceed na tayo sa polymorphism pagkatapos. For transact, click log in first, 3, 500, 3, 500. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sa ating transfer, 500. Yun pala, alisin natin yung login check ng display, ng transfer money. Hindi natin yan kailangan. Because in real life, you can transfer money naman kahit di mo alam yung password ng mga tao. Again, let's transfer 500, transfer successfully, but you can't view it. Again, let's transfer 100, invalid amount. Let's transact, I have to log in. Okay, now that we have that, we have created a fully functional and encapsulated na debit account class. Tatanggalin na natin to. Option na tinanggal ko. Kasi hindi yan. Tanggalin na natin itong account number. Hindi naman natin ginagamit. Ngayon, let's check nga lahat ng kung is it actually encapsulated. Account name is only accessible using get and set. Passkey is only accessible. Actually, it's never accessible. We didn't create an option to change your passkey, but use the same architecture if you want to change. You are going to create a function that will take the current passkey para i-compare mo kung tama ba yung in-input na password, and then yung next parameter is yung new passkey. Ganun lang. And then for our balance, we can get the primitive value of the balance or actually display. Next we can transfer money, we can process transaction, all protected by their own validators. And yung attempt login, and finally, yung ating logged in state. It's functional, but how is this going to turn into polymorphism? So, we all know naman na there are also credit accounts. Credit account.java. Ayan. For credit accounts, if debit was like, nag-iwan ka ng pera sa bangko, credit is the bank lending you money which you can spend up to a certain credit limit. Ganun ang credit. So, they might be similar in a sense na meron kang balance, meron kang passkey, meron kang account name, meron kang login state, meron kang yung mga transfer na yan, itong display, itong transaction, kasi you can pay. You can pay using your credit card. You can also withdraw using your credit card. May similarity sila, but the principle behind them, the logic behind them, it's different. Kaya, ayan. Kaya, for credit, we, syempre naman, pwede naman natin gawin to lahat entirely, but it's not good practice. OOP nga, di ba? We have to practice encapsulation. Ang gagawin natin, instead of directly coding sa credit account, mag-start na tayo. Let's create a parent class for both credit accounts and debit accounts. So, account.java. Ayan. Lahat ng similarities between credit and debit, dyan natin ilalagay. Kasi, these two will inherit from the account na class. Okay? So, both may account name, for sure. Both may passkey yan. May balance, may logged in. Kunin na natin yan at ilagay sa kabila. Next, itong constructor, syempre, ilagay natin ito. Ito, papalit natin ng pangalan, account. Ayan. Ngayon, for itong get logged in state, kailangan natin yan. Itong get balance na primitive, yes, meron yan sa both. Display balance, meron both. Transfer money, meron both. Attempt login, meron both. Yan, kunin natin lahat. Meron yan. Ayan. Ang problema, we don't want the logic to be set dito. Not just yet. We want them to have their own logic. Kaya, i-clear muna natin itong lahat ng to. Public muna yan. Mag-error kasi kailangan ng return value. Gawin muna natin itong return true. Display balance, return true, walang gagawin. Get balance, okay na yan. Hindi na natin papalitan kasi same lang naman. We're just returning the value. And it's simple. Hindi siya nagkakaiba between credit and debit. Next, itong transfer money. Return true lang muna yan. Ito rin, return 0 muna. Return false ka lang. Oh wait, attempt login, same lang sa parehas. Get account name, same lang sa parehas. Set account name, parehas lang yan. The rest, the process transaction, the transfer money, and the display balance, nagkakaiba sila. You will see soon enough baka sila nagkakaiba. Ngayon, class debit account, it should inherit extends account. Ngayon, may error kasi sa constructor. Public debit account. Ngayon, may ganun. Debit account. Ang ating argument, syempre, account name, string, account name, and super account name. Yan lang. Since we don't really have anything new to add to debit. Ngayon, for those functions na ito mga function na specific, I mean, may exclusive, I mean, hindi may exclusive, magkaiba yung logic between credit and debit, ito yung need natin. So, let's get all of them real quick. Kunin natin, debit, and then, ayan, let's override. Not override, at override. And then, ito naman, to logic na to, galing naman yan dun sa kanina eh. Balik na lang natin. Ayan. Yung may mga ganyan, ang problema is, it needs to be referenced from the parent. Kaso, hindi daw visible. The problem here is, since nag-copy-paste na lang tayo, private. If, ito pala, take note, yung 4 access modifiers ay private, protected, ano yung pangatlo? Hindi ko inaral kanina. Ito lang yung ginagamit natin. So, may pangatlo, pero yung pang-apat is public, which is private protected ata yun. Private protected. I don't remember. Protected. Anyway, private, it can only be accessed in this account. From this bracket up to this bracket, doon lang yung access. Pag protected naman, strictly within the class. Pag protected, it is accessible by children. So, ibig sabihin, since in-inherit nito, kaya ito lumalabas, not visible. Kasi, since private siya, kahit yung children niya, which is the debit account, hindi niyo ma-access. So, to let them access that, kailangan gawin natin to. For example, ito, account name, gawin na natin to. Hindi account name. Itong balance, protected. Is logged in, protected. And, may return true. Ayan. As you can see, nawala na yung mga errors. It should behave the same now. Na-refactor na natin yung code. Should behave the same. 1, 2, 3, 4. Show my balance. 0. Let's transfer 999. Show balance 999. And let's transact 200. Transaction let's flash forward. 200. Show my balance. Ayan, it's working just fine. Ngayon, how about the credit? Yes, we reused yung code natin since dito tayo nanggaling. And what's good about this is itong mga common, ito alisin na natin ito. Itong mga common na methods between these two, di natin need to override. We can just use, and that is called inheritance. Yun yung inheritance talaga ng polymorphism. Polymorphism is account can be a credit account or a debit account. Meanwhile, inheritance is hindi yung pag-override. Yung pag-override, it's more on polymorphism. Pero if a child class is using ganito sa main.java, look at this, debit account yan. But this debit account, it can do an attempt login. When, saan ba dyan ang attempt login? Attempt login, wala. Nasa parent siya. Attempt login, ayan o. Attempt login. Meaning to say, that's inheritance. Our debit account and our credit account, since they both extend account, and in such a way, they are inheriting these common methods. Yun yung inheritance. Before we proceed sa abstraction, let's quickly build the credit account. As I said earlier, credit is the bank is loaning you money up to a certain credit limit. Ganon. So what's new here? Let's first public create the constructor credit account, string username, string account name, string account name, and then super account name. Pero hindi lang yon, meron tayong bago. Sa ating account, wala ka diyang makikita na credit limit. Kasi wala namang ganun eh. Hindi naman kasi lahat ng account which is in debit and credit may credit limit. Credit lang. Kaya, we are going to declare a new variable, private credit limit, private credit limit, and then declare here, ano ba mga default? Let's say credit limit is equal to 1,000. Or if you want, pwede ka dito maglagay ng custom. Hindi. Dalawa. Gawin at ituro ko sa inyo paano mag-overload. Kanina override eh. Yan yung overriding. Pero, pwede ka rin mag-overload ng method. Kaya public, let's create a new constructor na, syempre, may string, account name. Let's add an extra parameter. Double credit limit. So, ito pala, super. Ayan, nawala na yung errors. Kasi, this Java accepts this because yung signatures nila magkaiba. Although they are both constructors, Java knows aling constructor yung kinocall mo depende sa ipapasa mo arguments. Credit limit, this credit limit is equal to credit limit. So now we have two ways to create a credit account with a default credit limit of 1,000 or a custom credit limit na ikaw ang maglalagay. Next, let's quickly copy paste yung special na mga dito. Get balance, display balance, transfer money, process transaction. Ayan. Let's paste it here. And sa ating display balance, again, this is a string, di ba? We are going to print pala. We're going to print the balance whatever way we want. The reason why iniba ko siya sa debit kasi ang wording sa debit ay your remaining balance. But we don't want that. Gaya natin to. And then, yan. If we're not logged in, return false. Cancel the operation. And then, instead of saying na your remaining balance is ganito, sabihin natin na your current credit spending is ganan. And then, we can also actually add we can continue this. Gawin natin to ganito. Print sige, wag na pala. Wag na natin isama yung print na credit limit. Sa logic na natin ilagay siya. Ayan. So it's since magkaiba yung kanilang display statements, I use something else. Hindi siya naka-unified dito sa ating account.java. Next, yung transfer money. When yung transfer money pagdating sa credit, it's like you are paying the bank what you owe the bank. So, ano ang ating dito? If you'll observe sa ating debit, when you transfer money, nag-a-add yung balance. Kasi, when you say balance sa debit, it's the money that you have in your account. Pero sa credit, magkaiba kasi. It's the money you owe. So, when you are transferring money, you are paying. And therefore, bumababa yung credit balance mo. So, instead of a plus, it's super dot super dot sorry, remind ako. Super dot balance plus is equal to plus equals amount. And then again, let's add the guards. You can't overpay if you can't pay more than what you owe. So let's add if amount is greater than balance. Gawin natin return false. Pero pag less than or equal to, it's valid and return true. Tapos, ay plus, minus equals. Yan. Bawasan yung ating utang. For the process transaction naman, magkaiba rin siya sa debit. Kasi sa debit, you don't have a credit limit. As long as you have enough money sa account mo, the transaction will go through. Pero sa credit, it's not that simple. Sige, let's write muna yung ating balance plus equals, magkakautang ka because you are using the bank's money. Balance plus equals amount. However, if you are trying to use more than your credit limit, if balance is greater than credit limit, amount. If my amount is greater than credit limit, let's say return negative 1. Ano ba negative ba si debit? Anyway, return negative 1. Kaso may flaw dito. What if, let's say, yung ating balance, right, ang ating credit limit ay 1,000, diba? 1,000 credit limit. Ang ating balance, kunwari, balance is equal to 500 na. And then, mag-spend tayo ng spending is equal to 600. If we're just going to check this, it's going to pass. So dapat it has to be amount plus balance. Kapag lalagpas ka na sa credit limit mo after processing this transaction, you can't. Huwag ituloy. I mean, it won't let you. Kaya, yun yung proper guard. And then, syempre, let's check if it's logged in. If super.logged in, return negative 2. Ngayon, it seems like everything is well and working. However, sige, let's try. Palitan natin ito ng credit account. Credit account. Yan. Log in. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Show my balance. Okay, it's working properly. Kasi naka-credit account tayo. My current credit spending is $0. Wala akong utang. Let's try to pay 500. Invalid amount. It's not telling me anong problema. 600, 1,000. Invalid amount. The problem here is hard-coded yung ating checkers dito. Ano yan? Case 3 yun, di ba? Pag nagta-transfer. We don't want this to be hard-coded like that. Money transferred successfully. We don't want that. So, imbes na ganon, ang gawin natin, palitan natin from the root para mag-e-error lahat ng kailangan natin palitan. Let's begin with transfer money. Imbes na boolean, let's just return a string. Public string. Return. Ayan. Sige, yan muna. Ayan, naglabasan ng errors. Gawin natin itong string. Transfer money. Ayun. Para diretso, imbes na mag-return tayo ng signal, let's return the statement. If less than 500, debit to, edi invalid amount. And then if it's successful, edi let's return successfully transferred money. Let's do the same for credit. Siyempre, magkaiba yan. Public boolean, gawin natin public string. Let's return, pag greater than balance, it means you're overpaying. the amount you are trying to pay exceeds your balance. Tapos dito, credit credit payment successful. Ayan. And then sa main.java, since ito ay nakaganyan, hindi imbes na ganyan na lang, gawin natin system dot itong line na yan, lagyan natin sa print. Now let's try. Let's transfer. We're trying to pay dito, credit to. Transfer 500. Yan. Pero paano pag gawin natin itong debit? Debit account. Debit account. Transfer 500. It's going to work. Kasi look at that. We changed the class. Pero no errors popped up. Kahit logical, wala. Everything is handled. Yun yung beauty ng polymorphism. Now, hindi ko lang sinama na yung code ng pagpipili ka kung anong gusto mong gamitin na card for the session because that's just extra logic and baka ma-confuse na kayo. So, I'm just showing you na even if you change this to credit or debit, it's going to be handled gracefully. Let's also handle yung sa ano. Gawin na natin itong string, itong process transaction. String process transaction. Let's return an empty. Ayan, debit account. Credit and debit, error, public string process transaction. If it's not logged in, let's return please log in first. If naman lagpas sa credit limit, this transaction will cause your account to exceed the credit limit. And then if all is well, any transaction successful. Ayan. Then sa debit, let's return a string. If we're not logged in, do the same. Please log in first. But if pag logged in naman and then invalid, laglabis yung ating binibili, yung transaction natin sa ating balance, not enough balance to proceed with the transaction. And finally, if it's a success, the transaction successful. And then, for the same thing, imbes na itong int success na yan, let's just directly print. Print. Ayan. Anong gamit natin ngayon? Credit? Sige, pwede yan. Let's try to transfer 500. Okay. Transaction, you have to log in before. Credit limit natin ay 1,000, no? Let's try to exceed that. 1,200. Ayun, no? This transaction will cause your account. Let's try something cheaper. Let's say 900. Successful. Ating credit spending is 900, which is like 100 away sa ating credit limit. Let's try 101. Okay. For transact 101 works as intended. Let's try the debit naman. Debit account. Debit account. See, yan lang pinalitan natin. Wala tayong iba pinalitan ngayon. But the way our program runs, it's going to be different. Transact and transfer. Let's say, kanina, when I try to transfer sa ating credit, bawal kasi wala naman tayong babayaran na utang. But here, it works. Let's log in and view our balance. My balance is 500. Transact, let's exceed. Not enough balance. Let's not exceed. Successful. And show our balance. Nabawasan. We only changed ito and ito, but the we didn't change anything sa main. Everything is handled via this our object or our account object or the credit and debit objects. Lastly, ang hindi na lang natin natatakel ay ang abstraction. Let's try, i-comment out muna natin to. Process transaction uh, ni debit account. Wait. Let's turn this into a public abstract class account. And then, let's um, public void ito nga. Hindi ko rin nga yun. Process transaction. Process transaction. Alisin natin tong definition. Public abstract string. Ayan, look at this. May error. Yun yung purpose. Ang purpose naman ng abstraction is you are defining naman our interface. You are defining the starting point. Ibig sabihin, when you abstract this account, sige, fix muna natin tong error na to. Debit account must implement the inherited abstract method process transaction. It needs to be here. And we can skip override. Alam ko, tama ba? Let's try. Tapos debit, di ba? Tinanggal ko yung override ni debit. Tanggalin natin override ni credit. Ay, wala pala silang override. Anyway, let's try. Everything works as expected. Everything works as intended for credit, for debit. Let's replace it with credit. Login, 1, 2, 3, 4. We try to pay 900. Wala tayong utang. Let's transact 900. And then let's pay 900. Show balance. Walang utang. Next. Kanina, nung hindi pa abstract ang ating account class, we can actually just do this. Account, my new account, new account. Yeah, new account. Cannot instantiate the type account. That's because it's an abstract class. Pero kung i-alis natin to. Public class account. It must be an abstract class. Sige, alisin natin itong abstract na to. Return. Okay. Okay, nawala ng error. Okay. We are directly instantiating the account object. Let's see what's going to happen. How will that behave? 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. If I try to transfer 500, first of all, wala kayong nakita na prompt or yung basta wala kayong nakita na text. And if I check the balance, I can't view my balance. Where's my balance? If I try to transact, nothing. It's not working. Ngayon, we want to completely avoid this risk kasi. So para ma-avoid yun, let's turn this into an abstract class. Abstract class. We are basically saying, by saying that this is abstract, na everything that inherits from account must be built from account. Itong mga gagawin natin na abstract. Kasi natin yung function definition. Ito, abstract din to. Abstract. Yan lang ba? Ano pang abstract dito? Ito yun eh. Display balance. Oo nga. abstract. Ayan, tatlo yung ating abstract. Itong tatlo. Meaning to say, itong mga, yung dalawang to, dalawang child nitong account, it must, uh, they must define yung tatlong abstract na methods sa kanilang definition ng class. And that way, account becomes a true interface, a true, alam mo yun, it makes it impossible na ma-instantiate mo yung account outside ng ating object-oriented na data. It's impossible. So you can only either create an object that inherits from account. Balik natin sa credit. And then, balik natin dyan. Ayan. Now, balikan natin lahat ng parts. For start tayo sa encapsulation. Okay. Encapsulation is yung pagtatago ng mga hindi dapat mapakialaman ng user. It's kind of extreme to say it like that, pero for example, itong account name, it's completely private. Ito ring passkey, it's completely private, and wala kang makikita ditong right now pero may mga pwede mo lagyan. For example, sige, gawa na rin natin as an example. Public set new passkey. Yung tatanggapin niya, wait, walang void or string. Set new passkey. String old string new key. Old key. So, check natin, if old key dot equals passkey, saan tayo magpa-proceed? Passkey is equal to new key. And then mag-return tayo, return password change successfully. But if not, return password invalid credential. Lagyan natin siya sa fifth option. Number 5, change password. Password. Ayan. Need mag-login. Of course, nga pala, lagyan natin dito sa set new passkey. Never mind, na kailangan. It's asking for the password already. Balik natin to. Enter your updated passkey. Passkey. Input that next line. My new account dot set new passkey. Gagamitin natin tong passkey as our yung in-input natin, and then kailangan natin gumawa ng bago. Enter your password muna pala. Enter your old password. New key. Ayan. Enter your new password. Set new passkey. New key. Tapos hirap natin to into a print. Oh my gosh, okay. Print, yeah. And then input that next line twice. Or di na pala kailangan. 5. Change password. Right. Kasi natin to. Ito pala. Let's log in. 1, 2, 3, 4. First, yan yung ating default. If we try to change our password, kailangan, let's say, mali mo na. 9999, hello, invalid credential. Hindi siya nag-clear screen. Break. Oh, double. Hindi natin ito isa amin. Ulit. Login, 1, 2, 3, 4. Change password. Let's use the correct password and change it to something else. Hello. Password changed successfully. Now, if we try to change our password again, kasi logged in na naman tayo. Oh, hindi mo na log in. Hello. It works. Yan pala. Ito. Let's fix that. So ating login, which is declared naman, pare-parehas naman sa login ng credit and debit. Ang ating login, attempt login, i-skip na natin to. Pagka, if we're already logged in, if, yun pala, huwag tayo mag-boolean dito, string na lang talaga. String, attempt login. If tama, edi login successful, login successful. Ngayon, pag mali, log invalid credentials. And then, of course, pag logged in na tayo, you are already logged in. Lagyan natin. If logged in is logged in, return already logged in. Ayan. Tapos, ating main, imbis na ang i-display na lang natin lagi, ito pala. If i-print na lang natin to. X print line. Ayan. Let's try it. Login 34. Walang break. Break. Login 1, 2, 3, 4. Walang next line. Oh my gosh. Input that next line. Login 1, 2, 3, 4. Login successful. Now if we try to login again, lalabas yung it asks for the passkey. But then it says already login. We don't want that. So magawa tayo ng guard dito. If my new account dot check, I don't know, get login state. Ayan. If we are logged in, mag-break na agad tayo dito. Maglagay na lang tayo ng input and ng print statement para mag-pause yung program. You are already logged in. Now let's try. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Perfect. But one more thing. Imbis na login lagi ito, gawin natin, kapag logged in na siya, if my new account get login state, if logged in na tayo, edi ang gawin natin ito, imbis na login, ilagay natin already logged in. Else, login. Now, if we try to log in, perfect. Ayan. So, ayan. I don't think there's anything else I can add sa ating program. Balikan natin. Polymorphism is when Um, with starters encapsulation. Encapsulation is protecting what shouldn't be accessed by the main program. It should only be accessed within sa ating ano. And also by creating methods that expose our variables in a controlled manner. Yun ang encapsulation. Polymorphism is when one object can have many forms. And in this case, the account can be a credit account or a debit account. Next, uh, abstraction. Abstraction is the implementation. It's saying na you have to use this template for implementation. Yun ang abstraction na meron kang specific interface that children will inherit from. Finally, what's the last name? Inheritance. Inheritance naman is like the other part ng polymorphism, wherein sa polymorphism, ang ginagamit is itong mga abstract na to, binibigyan ng ibang logic. Sa ay sa abstraction, ay sa inheritance, it's letting the children access kung anong meron yung parent. So, ito mga to, hindi yan binago ng child, wala yan sa child, hindi yan overridden, hindi siya abstracted sa account. The children are directly using what's declared sa ating parent class. And, ayun, I think that's everything. I've covered all the pillars of OOP. To add na lang din siguro, yung, if naririnig nyo yung composition. Composition, so you have probably already heard that. Composition, inheritance, is a relationship. Meanwhile, composition has a relationship. So, sa inheritance, parang you're saying, ito, inheritance to. Credit account is an account. Or debit account is an account. So, sa ganitong context, paano kaya natin malalagay ang composition? We have to add something new, syempre. For example, you create an object for taga-tanggap and taga-process ng mga binabayaran mo. Kunwari, meron kang object which accepts kung magkano, kung ano ba yon, kung anong date, and then yung object na yun mismo ang magpapasa sa debit or credit account kung magkano yung idadada niya sa using this process transaction na method. So let's say na account has a transaction tracker, or account has a I don't know what else to add. Ayun, basta has a composition. Meanwhile, inheritance is yan yung relationship nila. And to add, hindi siya part ng 4 na pillars. Don't get confused na baka composition may lagay nyo sa 4 pillars of object-oriented programming. It's not. Inheritance is the one that is a pillar, and composition is a technique. Kasi sometimes inheritance can lead to very deep nests or trees ng inheritance. Like, for example, creature. Tapos, ang creature, subset niyan, mammal. The subset ng mammal. Hindi, huwag mammal agad. Creature. Hindi, sige, mammal na. Mammal, as human. Tapos sa human, boy. Tapos sa boy, adult. And that's awful. You are inheriting through so many classes. minsan pangit siya. So instead, build it like this: creature. If the creature is a mammal, then add mammary glands. Meron siyang mammary glands. And if the creature is bipedal, edi mag-add ka ng dalawang legs. Leg. Or, yun yung composition. It bypasses the need for um, deep nests ng ng inheritance. And it's not one of the core principles of OOP. It's a technique, it's an architecture. And ayun, I think I have covered lahat ng mga, actually lesson 4 to lahat. I think lesson 4 ng object oriented programming. And I think I have covered everything. Ayun lang po. We have 6 minutes left. May question po ba? Ayan. Wala na. Ayun po. I think wala na po ako mai-add. Wala na ako mai-add.